now I want to go on with this because this really got to me. Can a Jew has been taught okay, so we already read that. Can an Orthodox Jew walk in obedience to the best of her abilities while believing by faith that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a just and righteous judge and Melech Israel who can save? No. The answer to that is no.
Unless your righteousness exceeds that of the Pharisees and scribes, you will not see the kingdom of heaven. And to say that Hanoch Young is more meticulous in Torah observance than the first century Pharisaic party, that's like
the point is, yeah, I agree with you, but the point is this. Paul says that all of your works are rags before Isaiah says that. But Paul says that everything that he did before he came to the Messiah, he was a blasphemer.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Paul is this meticulous Torah keeper. He's a Pharisee among Pharisees.
Hebrew among Hebrews.
Among Hebrews, circumcised on the 8th day, etc., etc. Okay? He's this...
Letters from the high priesthood.
Right? The list goes on and on and on.
With the highest levels of,
But he says that before he came to the Messiah, he was a blasphemer.
He didn't see it, though. He was blind to his sin. And that's the thing. You could be in the flesh. You could think you keep all the Torah and you do all this. But unless your sin has been exposed, and the only way your sin's going to be exposed is to see the holiness of God in Yeshua's face and the love of Yeshua offering up his own soul out of that love. There's no way to, unless you have that measuring stick, you're just going to go, I'm just compare myself to other Jews. And I'm like, I'm more observant than my Aunt Myrtle and my Uncle Shlomo or whatever. And so I'm doing pretty good. I haven't eaten ham for a couple of years now. And we light Shabbat candles and I'm doing pretty good. I'm learning Hebrew and, I go to Israel as often as I can. Here's
the deal. Without the saving blood of the Messiah Yeshua, the Torah condemns. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter how well you try to keep it. It doesn't matter how much of it you try to keep. It doesn't matter how good you are at Torah school. It doesn't matter how well you know the languages. It doesn't matter how well you keep Shabbat. The Torah condemns if you don't have the blood of the Messiah Yeshua.
You have the wrath of, if you don't believe in Yeshua, it says you have the wrath of God on you, is upon you. And it's like, that's something we need to really take seriously.
Now, you can tell that Pete Rambo here, he really has it out for the Christian church. He really doesn't like the Christian church.
That's too bad.
But he goes on. Or maybe we need to talk about 1,800 years of lawless Christianity. Are they saved? We have been willfully disobedient. Maybe, just maybe, both Jews and non-Jews have been blinded to parts of the truth in order that the purposes and timing of God might be fulfilled. I agree with that.
Sure. That's a good... I don't have a problem with that statement.
I choose to walk at peace and seek to be a light rather than trying to force eyes open with a laser. In the meantime, I will love Judah and seek to get that beam out of my own eye and those in my house.